And then 99% of the American public and 100% of school teachers cannot read financials. And that includes the accounting teachers. Because I took accounting as an MBA program. I got thrown out of that class also because I said to my accounting teacher, you don't know what you're talking about. He was talking about this here and income statement. This is a statement of cash flow. This is a balance sheet over here. And the reason we're in trouble, as you know, is your savings are over here. It's a liability to a bank. So your savings are a liability to a bank. But to you, it's an asset. That's why it's called a balance sheet. I mean, right? You know all that.
Yeah.
And so what the banks have to do is, because your savings are a liability to them, they have to add assets. And that's where they came up with these MBSs, mortgage-backed securities, credit default swaps, bonds, gilts, boons. And what happened is, for years, the interest rates kept going down. I saw it, you saw it. Real estate went up and interest rates came down. The economy went into a boom. That's that hot air balloon hanging back there. As it dropped interest rates, the balloon got higher and higher. And you and I are the little guys in the gondola hanging there. But the moment this guy, Powell, started raising interest rates. So Brian, if I have a bond paying 3% interest and the next bonds are paying 5%, what happens to the 3% bond?
Yeah, price goes
collapses.
Yeah.
So look at this here. So what happens is, here's your savings. Our banking system has all these bonds sitting here and then derivatives. And the moment the bonds went bad because they raised interest rates, the whole banking system started to collapse, right? And then now, Credit Suisse was bonds, but Deutsche Bank's was derivatives. And derivatives, like when you squeeze an orange, the orange juice is a derivative of the orange. And so this was records. He was saying, Jim, I respect that guy a lot. He says, do you know how much in derivatives we have? We have a quadrillion in derivatives. Now, this is the $1 million question. I mean, you got to be higher math to understand this one. How many trillion is a quadrillion?
1,000.
It's 1,000 trillion. So the derivative market is what that whole economy is hanging in here on this side here. Our banks are calling it assets because they count your savings as a asset. All this goofy stuff they could have taught you in school. I learned it as a kid. So derivatives, by Warren Buffett calls them weapons of mass financial destruction. We're going down, Brian. When Deutsche Bank went down, I went, oh my God, we're toast. But don't worry, send your kid to school, get a college degree, get a student loan. I mean, who in the world would be stupid enough to get a stupid student loan? You can't even qualify for a credit card, but they'll give you a $50,000 student loan. That was, thank you, Barack Obama and Michelle, the next president of the United States. I mean, God damn it, can't you see what's happening?
I appreciate you explaining what's happening on the balance sheet of those banks, because that's exactly what's happening. They bought low-yielding government debt because that's all that was out there, and they needed some yield a year ago. And then when rates went from 1% to 5%, those bonds go way down, points and points and points down, and now all of a sudden they're screwed. Yeah, exactly.
And that balloon comes down.
Yeah. In my closet there, I got Cash Flow for Kids, and I'm breaking it out this weekend with my 5 and 6-year-old, Robert, and I'm going to start giving them a proper financial education. So
let me say it again. As Maria Montessori said, what the hand does, the mind remembers. When I learned to fly this thing, I couldn't learn listening to a lecture. I couldn't learn reading a book. I had to fly this damn thing. And every day we practice crashing, because nothing's worse than a panic. That goes like this, you go down. So the Marine Corps trained us to crash. We had to crash 3 times a day, Brian. Practice crashing. So in Vietnam, when I went down 3 times, it was like, okay, I've done this before. No big deal. So right now, as the economy crashes, I got my dirty Harry gun sitting right here, But I'm afraid that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Because I was just in Romania the other day, and they fight so hard for capitalism because they know what it's like. I have a friend who came from Cuba. And he says, he just hung out in the supermarket. He says, I can't believe you have food on the shelves. But that's all coming to an end. We're looking at the end of the American empire because our school teachers are Marxists.
Small ebook, big impact, The Wealth Tree. The only 4 ways that will make you financially free forever. Download it here for free.